Hey, welcome to my psychic tarot reading on Rich Lux. Thank you for listening and watching. If you would like a personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading from me or an astrology birth chart reading from me, I would love to read for you. I am an astrologer as well as a psychic tarot reader, so I can read your tarot cards as well as your birth chart or natal chart. Contact me on my website, Lamarr, TownsendTarot.com. Purchase your reading directly from my website, and within 24 hours, I will send you an email confirmation letting you know that I received your payment. And then within 1 to 3 days after that, typically sooner than 2 to 3 days, sometimes the same day, we'll get your reading done as soon as possible. So, with that being said, make sure you also subscribe, like this video, comment, share with your friends and family. Keep in touch with me on my social media, Lamarr Townsend Tarot on Instagram and Facebook. And also, if you would like to keep in touch with me, make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get a notification every time I go live. Make sure those two bars are above the bell as well, which means you'll get a notification every time I go live. Okay, so let's get into the reading. On Mr. Rich Lux. So, the question is Mr. Rich Lux racist? Why am I asking this question? Well, first of all, I have personally been watching Rich Lux for about a year. I found him, I don't know how I found him actually, but I found him when I first moved into this apartment. This is my first time like completely living on my own, paying my own bills, paying my own rent. So, during that time of first moving here, I found like a couple of YouTubers that kind of like have, I guess, a special place in my heart because I kind of relay them to that time of me like first moving here on my own and being on my own, blah blah blah. Rich Lux is one of those people. Luscious Massacre is also one of those other people. And they're both friends. Side note. So there's always been kind of rumors going on about Rich Lux and whether or not he's like racist and like biased and blah blah blah. I mean, I think one of the main videos or main topics for him where he gets this is Jackie Aina. People believe he can be very harsh on Jackie Aina, and Jackie Aina is one of the kind of only black beauty vloggers or beauty YouTubers out there in the beauty game, beauty industry who are kind of doing their thing. So, people are very sensitive about Jackie. But I've been watching Rich, and there's something, I don't know if he's changed from when I first started watching him a year ago. I do feel like some things have changed, but I don't know. I just want to see, is he racist? Has he changed? Let's see. Let's start with, has Rich Lux changed? Has Rich Lux changed? Has Rich Lux changed? And if he has, we all change. In what way? What caused him to change? In what ways has he changed? And what were the catalysts for those changes in his life? Subscribe if you want a personal reading. I'm available. You can also call me or text me at 703-791-9162. Standard rates apply. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Has Rich Lux changed, and if so, in what way? I'm wondering if in the past Rich Lux was struggled with substance abuse, alcohol, something like that. I see he's always had to work extremely hard for what he has. I see that he was very maybe coddled, nurtured by his mother or mother figure in some way when it came to love, affection, but when it came to materialism, I feel like he had to work hard for that. Um, with him changing, it's about getting in certain doors and realizing if he wants to get in this door, he has to change. So that's kind of what I feel with him. I wish I knew what his zodiac sign is. I don't know what zodiac sign he actually is. But I do feel like he's changed, and he's changed because he wants to get in certain doors. He wants to, kind of be buddy buddy with certain people. probably get certain endorsements and things like that. I feel like he wants to make connections, and I feel like he realized in order to make that happen, he does have to change. All right. So I do definitely feel that kind of, energy. I also feel like he wants to or wanted to make a statement to people from his past. I feel like maybe he was bullied at a young age, and like either something about him and knowing that people from his past are watching him or know who he is now, and that like gives him kind of a high as well. So it's very much like that kind of energy. I do feel like he's changed, but it's more so kind of a social, like it's a social status kind of thing. He wants to climb up the social ladder is kind of what I'm feeling. But I do feel like sometimes, Rich, you do struggle with this kind of thing because I'm assuming you're watching. Maybe you're not. I don't know. But I always assume that when I read for celebrities, just like I read my monthly readings, and a lot of people watch those. I always assume that celebrities are eventually gonna watch. I don't know, but I'm assuming. I feel like you're gonna eventually watch this. My thing with you is that sometimes I feel like you kind of do struggle with this. Do I fit in? Do I not fit in? Am I fake? Am I not fake? Should I get too into, the crowd, the in crowd, or should I kind of, make sure I stay on the outskirts, so that I can still do my YouTube thing and do what I'm known for, but also expand and, move into this new industry and do my own thing. Like, I see what you're trying to do, Mr. Lux, and I can't hate you for it. Like, I can't blame you, but I do feel like you struggle with this imposter syndrome a bit, and I do feel like sometimes the YouTube comments do get to you. Like I do feel like maybe you do read up about yourself on the internet and on social media. Maybe you watch, what people say, not all of it, but some of it. And I feel like you're very much plugged into the tea. Like you're plugged into the tea so much that you kind of like about people you probably haven't even talked about. Like about people that are on the come up. Like you are on the cusp of everything and everyone on YouTube and everyone in the industry. Like you're like very much who's who, and who to connect yourself to and who not to connect yourself with. Like you're very much like I wouldn't be surprised if in college you studied like sociology or psychology, like something about like the human, mind, or like how humans work. But that's what I feel. I feel like you have changed. I feel like you will continue to change. All right, as you move up this social ladder, I do feel like you may hit some certain glass ceilings that you may not be able to break so easily or immediately. And this can be due to many different factors. Race, age, this and that, So I feel like there are going to be some learning curves as you go, up the ladder in your industry. But I do feel like you are changing. But I feel like your kind of mindset of on it is everyone changes. No one stays the same. You have to kind of progress, and change to adapt, and to better yourself. Like no one, reaches success, or no one reaches the pinnacle of success by staying the same. That's how I kind of see you looking at it or saying it or addressing the situation. I would say be careful of a certain relationship or connection that you do have. I feel like I don't know. There's a certain door that you're gonna try to open that may not like. I don't know. I wouldn't open it. It's toxic. It could be maybe someone doesn't have your best self interest at heart. It could be a deal that you do that isn't the best. All right. So I would just be mindful of that. Not every deal is a good deal, but it definitely could involve traveling. It definitely could involve traveling, and I feel like one of your friends gets you into this deal. So I would say, I don't know, just be mindful of your shady friends that you have around you who. And it's interesting because I feel like either this person's a woman or they're transgender, possibly. or will like cross dress, kind of blur the lines of gender. That's kind of what I'm feeling with whoever this person is. Like they may bring you down in some way. All right. So I don't know if you know who that person is, but I would just be careful with them. Right, because I don't know. I see something happening, and you're gonna have to distance yourself from this person, but it's not like you can completely pull yourself away from this person, because I feel like you may have entered into some sort of contract or something with them. So maybe they have a scandal, and it's like you're wrapped up in it. I don't know. It's like a conflict of interest thing, but I feel like it's also one of those moments where it's like this is a moment where I can change or I can stay the same. All right, so. I'm gonna leave that at that, and I'm gonna move on to my last question, really, which is Rich is Rich Lux racist? Now, I don't like calling people that, but I just want to see what the cards say. Sometimes we can have what is it called, like inherent racism, where we like are racist against ourselves and our own people, kind of like inherent homophobia, inherent misogyny, inherent, sexism. There's just so many different things here. Inherent colorism. All right. Which, if you know me, I don't subscribe to any of those things. Like, I don't, I still don't understand the whole color thing. I mean, I just am what I am. I am who I am. All right. So, is Rich Lux racist? What do the cards have to say? Is Rich Lux prejudiced against other races? Maybe we should switch the question a little bit. Because sometimes it's not racist, it's prejudice. Does that make sense? Let's see what the cards say, though. Is he? I get the Justice card in the past position. I get the King of Cups. He definitely does have, can have a superiority complex where he definitely can think he's better than people, especially when it comes to classism. I definitely feel like he could be a classist, prejudice against people in a different class than him. I definitely feel that kind of energy. And I do feel like he could have some prejudice to him when it does come to race. I'm not gonna lie, with the Justice card coming out, all right, in the past position. I definitely feel like he's classist though. I feel like he's classist, but it's interesting. I don't know if he knows a lot about the black community. Like, I don't know if he knows a lot about other communities. I want to venture to say, and I may go, let me pull a few cards before I say this one. Yeah, I want to venture to say I don't even know if he knows a lot about his own community, to be honest with you. And I don't know exactly what race he is. I know I've seen him speak Spanish before, I think. Um, him and Luscious go back and forth. But I don't, I don't know, I've never seen a video about him talk in depth about his ethnicity. So, and I don't know if he had a lot of friends growing up or a lot. So I don't know. I definitely feel like he's classist. All right, prejudiced against people in a different class than him. Um, But I also feel like he's just kind of prejudiced against certain things that he just doesn't know about in general. So I feel like, and maybe it's just not prejudice. It's just like I guess it would be prejudice because he has his own assumptions sometimes. I feel, just judging from what the cards say about what like stuff he doesn't know. Like and that shows in his videos a lot of the times. No shade, Rich, but I don't know if I see exactly racism. Like, if anything, I would see ignorance. Like just ignorant. To racial sensitivity. I feel. I don't know if I can actually call. Let me see. Let's just pull one card from my homemade deck. Surprise what you least expected. I don't know if I can call him a racist. You know, he did a video today talking about I'm not a racist. And that's kind of what compelled me to do this video because I was like, sometimes when people say they're not something, they are. But I believe him. I believe he's not racist, but I do think he may be classist. He may suffer from ignorance, and maybe he was sheltered in some way as a child, and maybe a little bit ignorant to different racial sensitivities. I feel like that's what I feel like with Rich. All right, very very interesting read. All right, and I'm glad to know that you aren't maybe a racist. So that's good to hear. I guess I'll continue watching. And I wish you the best, Rich. And thank you for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope this video gave you some sort of clarity and insight. I just thought it would be an interesting read to do. I love Rich. I like watching his videos every now and then. I like catching up on the tea. So not all the tea because I don't care about everyone he does, but James Charles video every now and then. Jeffree Star. I live for that. But with that being said, thank you for listening and watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment, share with your friends and family. Keep in touch with me on my social media, Lamarr Townsend Tarot on Instagram and Facebook. Also, make sure that you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notification every time I go live. And if you want a personal reading from me, contact me on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Purchase your reading, and within 24 hours, I will send you an email confirmation letting you know that I received your payment. And then we'll get your reading done as soon as possible. Love and light. God bless and no stress. I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you for your own personal reading.